Welcome back. Here today we've got a weed eater, Echo weed eater, SRM-230. I believe this is one of the little more professional line of them. Obviously an older unit. Newer units, well, not newer units, I guess more homeowner units are the orange ones. I want to say, like I said, these are more of the professional line. Definitely heavy duty. It's a straight shaft, which generally the straight shaft are the nicer units. This also has a different type of head on it. I think this is the type where you just have replacement strings and pull them through. You don't really wind it up. You just replace, you know, a 6 or 8 inch chunk of string as you see fit. It's got a nice cushion grip to it. Not just a plastic handle, it's actually cushioned. But obviously dirty, which we'll clean up. Let's I'm gonna set you down here. Primer bulb busted, as they usually are. So let me I'm not even gonna check fuel, obviously, because there's no use for that. Air filter, pretty dirty. So yeah, okay, let me set you down. I'm gonna get my fuel bottle here. We'll drop a little bit, a couple squirts down in the throw of the carb here, give her a few pulls and see what happens. Alright, good enough. Fires and runs. Obviously didn't have much in there, just as much as I was able to dribble in the throat there. So yeah, we'll get you up on the bench, take this thing over there, we'll get the carb off. It obviously needs cleaned, bulb replaced. We'll clean out the tank. Fuel filter didn't look bad, but we'll see. This is the one of those E13 or E12, 312, whatever those E3 plugs. Those are kind of hit and miss on popularity. Some people like them, some people throw them out as soon as they see them. We'll probably replace it just because I've got plugs for it, you know, replacement champions, whatever for this. So yeah, let's get up on the bench and see what we can see. Wow, those guys are stiff. Okay. I got stuck in there. Not stuck. There we go. Well, I'm gonna grab the pliers. The throttle cable out, and that moves nice and freely, so that's good. not even gonna mess. I'm just gonna cut these lines. Well, will they come off? Not like it matters. Oh. That carburetor is trash now. I just broke. That guy just snapped off easier than easy. Yeah, so that's done for. I can save this part for who knows what. You know, another project maybe, but yeah, that guy's done for. So no need to clean that up. I did get another kit though, so we'll just in case, because I saw how crusty this stuff was. So I got another carb, air filters, fuel lines, and grommet, because I knew I'd need that. So I just ordered a whole kit. I was going to hopefully use the OE carburetor, but we are not. So that's okay. This might be another easy one that, I don't know if you saw my backpack blower video I just did the other day. But yeah, we put a new carburetor in that just for ease on that one. And that one fired up first pull, well, first or second pull, and runs great. So maybe we'll have just as much luck with this one. Oh boy, yeah. This hadn't had fuel in it for a while because that's dry. And we've got corrosion right there. So yeah, this thing hasn't ran or been used in quite a while. Let's see. Trying to see how that. So while we're here, I'm going to pop that spark plug out. I get distracted and sidetracked a little easy. Yes, not bad. That's actually, that's not bad at all. Get a little distracted sometimes. I'm going to take that fuel tank out. Because we'll clean it up good. Let's see. I'm going to toss all this loose stuff in the ultrasonic and that air intake filter cover stuff. That'll all go into the ultrasonic. Let's see, is there, oh, a couple more. Hopefully that's just crudded up from dirt and oil in here, and not something else causing these to be pretty stiff. Wow. give this a clean up as best I can, 'cause that's definitely not good for airflow, for cooling, and everything else. So kind of sucks that that's broke, but is what it is on that part. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. We'll check that spark arrestor too. As nasty as this looks, I bet that spark arrestor isn't pretty. So we'll check all that. Well, actually, you know what? Take that off now and we'll clean that up too. Everything's getting cleaned. Oh. Yeah, that may have been, well, other than just the fuel I had in there, but look at that. That will hinder operation bad. A lot of back pressure if you can't get air through, so we'll clean that up. Your spark arrestor is there for a reason. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's there for a reason. A lot of people take them out. I mean, I get it, but they're easy enough to clean up. You'll see here in a minute. It's kind of like with spark plugs. You just heat them up with a torch real good. Hit them with a wire brush to knock all that carbon off that you just burnt. Put them back. So, I mean, during the summer when it's all dry out, you know, the potential for sparks, that's spark arrestor, that prevents any little sparks coming through the muffler from flying out and catching grass on fire and whatnot. So as long as it's clean, it doesn't hinder your operation at all. So you might as well leave it in there. Like I say, easy enough cleanup. What causes them to get dirty is slow speed running. Two strokes are designed to run at full throttle, or for optimum efficiency, I guess, at full throttle. You know, a lot of times you run around, you hear people, rah, 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 you know, just a low speed, hitting the weeds as they go, when ideally you should be running full throttle. Because that full throttle will get the exhaust nice and hot. It'll burn all that out, as opposed to partially unburnt fuel and everything else getting clogged up in that screen. So run your two strokes at full throttle as much as you can. You know, there's times when you don't have to do it all the time, every time, but run them at full throttle as much as you can. Anyway, we're broke down here. As far as we can get, we're gonna clean all this up. I'm not gonna show you all that because it's just cleaning. I'm gonna throw the air filter in the box there, and the ultrasonic. Probably throw that in there too, just to get that dirt off there, or the grease and grime. I'm gonna clean up the muffler because that's dirty, the gas tank. So once I get that stuff cleaned up, then I'll bring you back. Like I said, no real need to watch all that. It's going to take a little bit. So I'll bring you back once we get that stuff cleaned up. All right, we got everything pretty well cleaned up. Cleaned this up best I could. Just got most of the dirt off. Tank is really clean. Exhaust, muffler, really clean. I don't know if you remember what that looked like before. Of course, it's more for cosmetics, but you know, the outside doesn't affect anything. What really affects is this guy right here, like I mentioned, the spark arrestor. So take a look at that right now. In fact, right there, you can, with the yellow tank on the background there, see how much we can see through there. These are easy to clean up. Take a propane torch, burn it. All that soot, carbon on there is burning up. Just like the ash in your fireplace, you know, somewhere to get to your grill, when you get your grill really hot to burn off all the crud. That's essentially what we're doing right here, is burning all that excess off. Careful not to burn yourself. Hope your wire brush doesn't get caught in there, but brush all that excess off. Now take a look. That's a clean screen. I'll get this corner right here in just a second, but that's will allow better breathing. Any engine, you need air in and you need air out. If the air from the intake combustion process can't get out, it's going to cause back pressure and not allow your engine to run good. This right here is half the problem. I say half, whatever, you know what I'm saying. A lot of the problem with stuff that isn't running right, low on power, it's your spark arrestor. Rev your engines up when you use them, and your stuff will run a lot better, longer. So I'm going to let that guy cool off a little bit because it's hot. Then we'll finish putting the muffler back together. In the meantime, let's get the tank put back together. Here's our new hose, new filter. Where'd my filter go? New filter. Well, I'm just going to match up. Here's your breather. Not all machines have this extra breather, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Some of them are vented through the cap. We'll have a breather hole on it. This style, Echo uses this breather. I'm sure a couple others do too. But let's match up. Just make it easy for installation. There's our breather. So we'll take this one right here. Was short. That's our return, which will be that one right there with one just to the right. I'm going to cut that one short. Maybe not quite as short as they cut. Actually, that one and the breather can both be cut short. The fuel line I'm going to leave long. This one here was extremely short. It barely got to the middle of the tank. You want it to kind of go to the other end of the tank too. But I'm going to cut the breather and the return short. Because all they have to do is reach into the tank. They don't really, actually I'm going to cut that breather just a little bit shorter. Just so it's not, because theirs was short also. That way it's not interfering with the return, potentially interfering. Anyway, so we're good with that. That guy's junk. Got a couple scrap pieces there. We'll shove the filter on. Sometimes these are pretty tough. If you can get in there, stretch it out a little bit, maybe put a little lube on here. We'll try to do it without first. Yeah, it's going on. You can see there, it's on good. Got that barb beyond there, so that's going to hold on good. Not seen a filter this big. Usually they're a lot smaller, but filter's a filter when it comes to these guys. Get one side started and kind of work your way around, pushing a little bit at a time. Take a flat blade screwdriver or something. Don't push too hard, just push around that corner to get that started down in. If it doesn't go easy at first, don't force it. You don't want to punch a hole through this grommet, so just kind of work it just like that there. And that's nice and tight too. Good. We can still turn that if we want to line up with the carburetor a little bit better, but that's down in there good. Let me go ahead and put the cap back in here just to keep any type of debris or anything else from falling in here. Whoever put this on at one point kinked, pinched that line. So I'm sure that'll fall in the tank one of these days, break off. Try to get it down in there without doing it myself also. Now let's go ahead and bolt this back up. That way we'll know where our lines need to go to then. See if I remember which screws went to where now. And, oh, hold on. That one doesn't go in yet. These other two do. If you're going to use a drill, use a drill or a screw gun, whatever you want to call it, with a clutch on it. These ones actually went into riv nuts, steel inserts in there. But if you're going into plastic, either do it manually with a screwdriver or turn your clutch way down. All right, let's see. Now we need this guy right here. That's where that longer one went. Again, this is a, actually I'll hold off on that. Yeah, everything's going into steel inserts. This is definitely a higher end model. Like I mentioned earlier, I believe these are the professional level models, whatever you want to call them. So this is not going, a lot of times this will go into that, and it's got this protection, skid plate here too. All the regular homeowner, I say regular, homeowner one style, the orange ones, I don't believe that they've got a skid plate here. It's just your tank whenever you set it down on the ground. And then of course you're going to be screwing into plastic usually, unless they've upped their game or gotten cheaper, whichever way you want to look at it. But these are all going into steel inserts, nuts inside, so. But still. It's not like we're putting the engine together. These just have to be held in place. It's not like it needs to be torqued down super tight or nothing. Just needs to hold in place. All right, tank is on. Tell you what, let's go ahead and put that muffler in. Let me scrape just a little bit of that gasket off. The gasket's still on the muffler, or not the muffler, but this piece right here. We'll get this excess little film off. It might be a little louder, but it's not going to hinder operation. It should still seal because there's still quite a bit right here. All right. It's got a little bit of a heat shield in the way this is bent up, also protect from the tank there. And this can get torqued down pretty good because it's a lot of heat, a lot of vibration. I'm going to run down. I'll go ahead and use the Allen key so I can get an actual feel for how much I'm putting on there. That's good. Okay. Nice and clean. The guy sits right there. A little, I guess a steel, yeah, steel gasket. See if this guy will stay in place for us. Okay, those guys are all started by hand. Okay. That's an extra long screw on that guy. Okay. Whenever I take carburetor off, they've got this plate here, spacer. It's a good idea to make sure it's still two screws, bolts holding it on. Make sure that they're still snug. A lot of times these will vibrate and back out. You won't be able to get to them or even know it until you take the carburetor off because they're hidden or at least blocked. you wouldn't be able to get to them without taking the carburetor off. So here's our new carburetor. Like I said, I got this in a kit with the grommets, the fuel hoses and that sort, the air filter, what else, spark plug. So everything looks the same. Of course, our old one broke, so we definitely going to be using the new one, obviously. But all your passages look the same. It's even got the same extension here for the throttle linkage. So yeah, should be good. We got 2 new gaskets, came with it. Here again, this one's got the passage. It's just that one hole there that lines up for that groove. Probably a generic gasket for a couple different applications. Yep. I got cleaned up nice. And on the front, there is no, this has got a hole in it, but there is no need on this one, this model. Another, not so much generic gasket, but some applications that'll use that for your impulse. Actually, your impulse is from that side for your fuel pump. Actually, we can hold off on putting that in there. Helps if you put this on. It'll fit both ways. Definitely make it easier to get to the choke if it's on the same side as the primer bulb, though. Kind of run them down. Don't fully tighten one until you get both of them down. Just kind of go down to where it's, you feel it hitting, then you can tighten both of them up. A little bit each, one at a time, because you want them snugged up evenly, fairly evenly. I know some people break out the torque wrench and everything. Not totally necessary, but teach their own. I'll do that on certain things. Head bolts, obviously, you don't want any leaks there. I'm surprised some of the people you watch on doing stuff don't break out the torque wrench to do their spark plug. Okay. But again, that is technically the right way to do it. Now, one of these sides on this groove here is bigger to accept this nub at the end. I'm not sure which. I can't really see. We'll be able to tell when it draws up if it's this side or the other side. Yeah, it's this side, how that drew all the way in. So we're good there. We got full throw. It goes to the stop. We might actually be able to adjust that a little bit. And of course your idle, it's going to stop at your idle. We'll have to see. We might be able to get a little bit more full throttle out of this. We'll just have to see how it runs, because there is a little bit more movement there. But that'll just be adjusting this out a little bit. But we'll see how it runs. If it runs good, yeah, there we go. If it runs good, we'll leave that full throttle where it's at. But technically we could get a little bit more out of it. We'll see. Okay, let's put the fuel lines on. Let's see if you guys can see here. Move your arm out a little bit here. Yeah, hopefully you can see without getting in my way here. Stay. Okay. My light might fall over. We'll see. Okay, now remember, where'd our other hose go? See, I already lost track. All right, remember we set that up to match the orientation of this, so we'd know which one was the fuel or the pickup line and which one was a return. The return is the one that broke off, which is the one going to be closest to us. Here's the breather. The one closest to it will be the return, and the other one will be the fuel pickup. Let's see if we can get in here and get that slid on. Sorry if my hands are going to be in the way, but obviously tight quarters here. I don't want to use the pliers. You just wiggle around here, you know, to get that wiggled up on there. That's on there pretty good. We should be good there. No kinks. Do the same with this one. That one went on pretty good. Again, no kinks. Everything's straight. Okay. New a new air filter. Kit actually came with 2 air filters, which is nice. Oh, by the way, this is a Hypa. Got this kit from Hypa, Amazon, but the Hypa store. A lot of guys have had really good luck with the Hypa stuff, as opposed to whatever unpronounceable company on Amazon. So I figure I'd go with this guy. It sits down in there. Alright, let's put the spark plug in. I already checked the gap on this, 25 thousandths. I found most of the smaller engine, or 2 strokes, I guess I should say, like Weed Eaters, 20 to 25 thousandths. 30 thousandths or thereabouts for it's a good starting point anyway, I guess I should say. Check your manual for actual specs, but I found about 25 thousandths for your smaller 2 strokes, Weed Eaters and that sort, and about 30 thousandths for your lawnmowers is a good place to start. this guy's got good compression too. I bet this thing rips good. Okay, head out to the back out to the driveway there, put some fuel in it and see what happens. Yeah, I love these gas cans. No matter what you try to do, they leak. All right, got about half a tank of fuel in there. That's plenty to start with. And we're not getting fuel up. Why are we not getting fuel up? I had this problem with another one the other day. That backpack blower. Oh, there it comes. Yeah. I'll take a look and see what's on here. First, I'll make sure that's tight. Tell you what. Pull this one out to make sure that. Yeah, that's where it's trying to sit now, so that is return. Yeah. We're definitely fuel in there. Alright, I'm gonna check this out, see what the deal is. I hear it pumping, but it's definitely not sucking up, so we may have to swap a couple pieces around. Be right back. Okay, I couldn't find nothing wrong. This just is not filling up like they usually do. Well, let's see. There you go. That thing fired up. Well, initially the kill switch was on stop. That's why it didn't fire the, well, I assumed it didn't fire first time, otherwise it would have probably. But yeah, that fired up pretty easy. It's just weird. Normally your primer bulb should fill up. It's just barely got some fuel in there, but it seems to run fine. So I thought I'll definitely use it a few times before I try to let somebody else have it, sell it, whatever. But yeah, I'll definitely use a few more times. Let's see if it starts up again for us. All right, a little fuel drip there, but that's okay. Here you go. SRM-230 Echo. Let's see if I can't get a new decal for that, just because makes it look better. But yeah, all right, and there you go. SRM, that was pretty easy. Again, like I said, the kit was from Hypa, so definitely get another kit from them. It came with everything you need, as far as I can tell. You know, the only other thing, like I mentioned, I'll have to find out what the deal is. Generally, a primer bulb should fill up, so I may look into that. But if it's working, it's working, right? So cleaned up pretty good. Otherwise, muffler's good, spark arrestor's clean. So all right, I appreciate y'all watching. Got any questions or comments, something I should have done different, which I'm sure there probably is, but it's working. And yeah, appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.